Hello and welcome to the Replay Dugout. My name is Tom Abbott and thank you for stopping by. This video is going to be a comparison of the APBA baseball card versus the Payoff Pitch baseball card. A lot of people in the baseball sim community, I'm not sure what you would call it, that's what I call it, the baseball sim community, often say that Payoff Pitch has the highest quality card, the best cards in the business. And I will say that they are very good cards. And I am a fan of Payoff Pitch. I have the 1984 season and I've played a ton of it. I do love the game and I do love these cards. But let's see, I want to compare this with APBA because, you know, recently I've gotten my APBA game back out and I just noticed that, man, I really love the way these cards feel. And I thought that, you know, are the Payoff Pitch cards really the best in the business? And I'll be honest, I have not had in my hands any other cards. I've never held any cards from Replay Baseball or Inside Pitch or I'm coming up blank. I know there's other games that have cards out there, but the only cards that I've ever had are Payoff Pitch and APBA. So let's just do a quick comparison, and I've drawn up 4 categories, and we're going to keep score here. We're going to talk about the thickness or the card stock. We're going to talk about the edges, the back of the card, and the overall feel of the card. And we're going to start with Payoff Pitch. This is probably the thickest card of all the games from what I've heard. It is a very thick card. If I were to let's do a little test here. I have some regular sized dice. I'm going to hold the card about that far down, about a quarter of the way down. I'm going to put 1 die on there. No problem. I'm going to put 2 die on there. And you can see it's starting to get a little flimsy there, but still pretty solid. Now let's compare that to the APBA card. Okay, this is a 2023 Alex Bregman for Houston. Again, I'm going to hold it about a quarter of the way down, and we'll put 1 die on there. Okay, and you can see it's already a little more flimsy than the Payoff Pitch card. Let's put a second one on there. And again, it's just way more flimsy, and even you can just feel it. It's just the thickness, the card stock that's used with Payoff Pitch is just better. If I had to compare, I would say that Payoff Pitch is kind of like a postcard. Like if you're on vacation and you go to a gift store and you pick out a postcard to send back home, it's kind of that quality of card. Whereas APBA is more like maybe like a business card quality. So I am going to give the edge, that's coming up. I'm going to go ahead and give the point to Payoff Pitch. So 1-0 Payoff Pitch. All right, next category is edges. Okay, I don't think this one really needs a lot of discussion. These are very sharp corners on the Payoff Pitch cards. Okay, whereas the APBA card is really a nice rounded card. Very nice looking, feels good in the hand. So I'm going to go ahead and give the edges category to APBA. Now let's go ahead and look at the back of the card. Again, I don't think this one's going to need a lot of discussion. Here's the Payoff Pitch card, and there's the back. And not too exciting, just all white. Let's take a look at the APBA card and flip it over. And that's a very attractive blue background with white lettering, the white baseball. So I think if we just hold up side by side, I've got to go with APBA. So let's go ahead and mark that down. 2-1 APBA. And now we're down to the last category, and I guess this one is very subjective. This whole video is subjective. So just the overall feel in the hand. And again, the Payoff Pitch card has a gloss feeling to it. Again, kind of like a postcard you would get at a gift store. And APBA kind of has that paper card, like a business card feel to it. But I gotta tell you, I mean, they both feel good in the hand, but there's just something about APBA that there's almost kind of like a milky smoothness to these cards. And when I put like a few of them in my hand, knocking the camera here. When I put a few of them in my hand, it just feels really good. Just the way they kind of slide, it's a great feel. Whereas the Payoff Pitch cards, and let me get this up here. It's just very, again, the corners are kind of poking into my hands. It's not a comfortable feel. It's very stiff. It's kind of hard to move through these cards. I mean, I'm getting through them, but it's not as smooth as the APBA cards. And when you first get these cards from Payoff Pitch, they are really, really stiff. In fact, the fast action cards, I went ahead and bought a card shuffler because they were so hard to shuffle. So I'm gonna go ahead, and this is again probably the most subjective category of them all, and I'm gonna give that to APBA, and it is a 3-1 victory for the APBA card. So on Replay Dugout, I give the edge to APBA. I really think that's the best card in the business. It's just when you look at all the categories, this is probably, Payoff Pitch is probably the most durable. It's going to last the longest probably, but the APBA cards, I don't know. It's just a better looking card, and I just love the way it feels in the hand. I probably am a little biased because between Payoff Pitch and APBA, I am an APBA man, so-called. That was the game of my youth. Played so many hours of that game as a kid. And as I've come back to this game as an older man, so-called, I've played a lot of different games, digital and cards and dice, and I always come back home to APBA. So, yeah, I am a little biased. And don't get me wrong, I do love Payoff Pitch. It is a great game. I love the mechanics of the game, and I do love the cards. That this little comparison here is not in any way a slight towards the Payoff Pitch cards. These are great cards. If you go this route, you're going to be very happy with these cards. No question about it. So leave me a comment. Let me know, what do you think? What game do you think has the best cards? It doesn't have to be baseball. You can talk, football or, saddle racing or whatever, basketball, hockey. Let me know what you think in the comments. And I appreciate you stopping on by. Do the old, like and subscribe and share and all that stuff if you feel like it. If not, no big deal. I just appreciate you stopping by. You take care. God bless.